Well, hey guys, you joined me just out on a Sunday walk today. So nothing car related, nothing machine related, nothing anything. It's just me. I walk out in the Northamptonshire countryside, which I kind of like doing now on Sundays. It's just kind of like one of my things that I do, because sadly my dog passed away last year. But I kind of like just getting outside and being with my thoughts and being with fresh air and having good exercise. Well, it's good for you. So, but I keep getting asked, obviously, the question when I go to car shows and still on social media, Steve, when are you going to start doing the project videos again? And like some of you guys who watch my YouTube channel don't have Facebook, Instagram and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like obviously the bulk of my audience is on YouTube, and I feel like I owe you guys some sort of like explanations. Where have I been? Why have I not been making these videos? Like the Spitfire engine has been stripped apart and not yet got put back together. It's still in pieces from when I took it apart. The head has been reworked, and that is as far as it's gone. Well, there's been a lot of changes that have happened in my life over the last few years. I went from working where I was in a company for 16 years, and that's when I started doing YouTube, and really enjoyed that. I never saw YouTube as taking me to anywhere in my life. I was very satisfied in that job, but I left that job, went to a little classic car garage. 6 months later left that, went to another job, working just in an everyday garage, and I wasn't very well paid for 2.5 years. And you get to that stage when you're not very well paid, things have to take a back seat. And unfortunately for me, that was YouTube being one of them. And obviously, because when you make car videos, they cost money. It doesn't matter what you try and do. If you try and get sponsorship, it is hard work. Many YouTubers will try and get sponsorship for parts and stuff like that. It is very difficult to get the likes of Moss Europe, Rimmer Brothers or Canley Classics and various other suppliers, that's just name a few, to actually turn around and say, look, here's an exhaust, we put it on your car as part of a video. That's not me begging for parts at all. No way. I'm not like that. I like to pay for all my own bits. But at the same time, when you're making videos that can cost 200, 300, 400 pounds just on parts alone, then it's the time and effort in putting those videos together to make something of decent content that will take you a week of editing. It's all money and it all adds up. So while I was in that job that I worked for 2.5 years, I kind of had to sacrifice a bit of my own time to not be able to make those YouTube videos. And yeah, I did miss it, and obviously, I have still tried to make a few videos here and there, just car content at car shows, but it's not really the same as the project cars, which I enjoy and love doing, which a lot of you guys enjoy and still watch and still ask me about and still thank me for. I know there's quite a few people who thank me for the TRGB video I did about their Cytec fuel pump, fitting that, and a lot of people have found that very helpful. And I want to keep making these videos, but as I said, I spent 2.5 years working for a company where I wasn't very well paid, and these videos had to take a back seat. But on another note, which some of you might not know, is that I've been now self-employed for the last year as a classic car mobile mechanic specialising in Triumph and MGs. And I'm celebrating my first year of self-employment, and that is one wonderful achievement of mine. I'm very proud of that, that I've taken the bull by the horns and, or however you want to put it, I've taken the balls to do something that has no guarantees behind it. Self-employment is a scary lifestyle, but I kind of love it. You know, I am self-employed. I do 2 to 3 days a week for a little classic car garage as well as a freelance worker. That's John's Motors in Foster Booth, Northampton. John is an absolute legend. You know, what he doesn't know about Fords, Minis and Jaguars isn't worth knowing. And he treats me like his own son. He's so supportive of what I do with my Triumph MGs. And despite the fact that obviously, I suppose technically it's a bit of rivalry, but it's not, because John really does encourage me in my self-employment, even though I work for him as well as a freelance worker, and that is wonderful. So I've got 2 to 3 days a week that I work for John, and 2 to 3 days a week I work for myself, and it has worked out wonderfully over this last year. And what I'm trying to slowly do is get myself to that point where financially everything isn't a problem, which I'm nearly at now. But I still want to move house. I'd like to have a little house in the countryside with a double garage, so I can make more of a proper studio for the project cars and get back on with the YouTubing. That's not to say don't want to continue doing the YouTubing as I am from my driveway. I mean, I'm turning 40 next year, so I am realising that I am getting older. I'm still young, I'm still a young puppy in a lot of people's eyes. But you just have to wait, you know, and watch this space as life goes by. You know, I mean, I really do want to make the YouTube videos. It's just time to do them. But hopefully, come next year, I am going to put that engine that I took apart, I think it was 2 years ago, on YouTube back together, because the cylinder header on it is done. I just need to bolt it all back together, film it, put it up on YouTube for you guys to all see and watch me do, and put it in the Spitfire project. But yeah, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of life changes, and that's basically why YouTube hasn't happened. And also the sad passing of my dog last year. He did appear in a couple of YouTube videos. I absolutely loved him to bits. I sadly had to put him down last year because he had a tumour in his leg, and he's 13 years old, and absolutely broke my heart. It put me off doing a lot of things for quite a while. Didn't realise how much dogs are a part of your life until they go. You know, there's so much part of the family. But yeah, I mean, that's been over a year since that's happened, and it still hurts. But yeah, as I say, things are picking up, things are going very well, and it's just like, I just wanted to give you guys a little update on me, how I am, what's happening in life, and what's happening with the YouTube channel. But I might do more of these sort of videos, you know, just like a one-to-one. I don't know, just see how life goes and all that. Because something else I was going to do was a video series, Living with the Classic, with the Rover, which I never got around to doing. But who knows, that might be something else I might do every now and again on Sundays. I think, like anything, if you guys have got ideas for other video content that you think you might want me to make outside of the car repair videos or different sorts of car repair videos, then maybe drop a comment in the box below and let me know. But yeah, hope you guys are all alright, and I'm all well and doing well. But you know, I suppose it always at the end of my videos is, like usual, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys hopefully sometime soon.